begin tonight's meeting with a prayer. Lord, we are meeting today to conduct matters of business. Guide our hearts and our minds in the spirit of fairness, right thought and speech. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities so that our affairs may reach a successful conclusion. Thank you for being our source of guidance today. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor Junkins is not able to attend tonight's meeting, so I will be filling in for him. Councilman Otten will be taking roll call for tonight's meeting, along with recording tonight's meeting minutes. Tommy, go ahead. I'm ready for you to take roll call.
Councilman Otten here. Councilman Bishop.
Here.
Councilman Herschel.
Here.
Councilman Henry.
Here.
Mayor Junkins, no. Councilman Saseen.
Here.
Recorder Saseen.
Here.
Recorder Snyder. Councilman Snyder.
Here. I'm sorry, you didn't hear me.
I didn't hear, I'm sorry. And Councilman Wojcik.
Here.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Tommy. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to cover the recorder's report tonight. The next council meeting will be held Monday, January 4th, 2021 at 8 p.m. here at the village office. The next thing on my agenda tonight is I placed the Q4 election financial statement at everyone's seating position tonight in regard to the 2020 election we had this year. Please have this filled out and returned to me at your earliest convenience. This is the last financial statement that we'll need filled out until the next election being held in 2022. So that does conclude all of those reports. I am going to hop in to approve the minutes of the last two meetings. I would entertain a motion to approve the November 16th, 2020 council minutes as presented.
So moved. Second.
If there be no questions, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Abstain.
Motion carried. I would entertain a motion to approve the December 7th, 2020 council meeting. If you'd like to call them minutes, it's more or less a placeholder in the minute book stating that the meeting was canceled due to COVID-19. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve that as presented.
So moved. Second.
If there be no questions, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. As far as the accountant's report goes, Jamie is not attending tonight, aside from just routine financial statement information, which we'll get into under new business. There's no other information she needed to provide at tonight's meeting. Next, I'm going to go ahead and hop into the mayor's report, which was provided to me by the mayor. Our street crew has returned to Poplar Lane to finish up the storm sewer project that was started earlier and then stopped because of other work that had to be done that day. What was not completed to our satisfaction nor addressed will be completed in the spring of 2021. The 2018 Dodge Charge police cruiser that was sent to the Elm Grove Dodge for repairs late Thursday, November 5th, was reported that the engine needed replaced and is still in their shop. When they ordered the engine from Chrysler, it was labeled on back order. Since then, I have called twice a week to check the status. Elm Grove Dodge advises no engine yet, and they are attempting to get some confirming information. On October 19th and November 9th, I advise council that I contacted HB Excavating to inspect the 8 sanitary sewer covers with rims on Orchard Lane. HP was advised to do the first one and let me know what was involved and inspected the same. Upon inspection, I advised HP to continue the balance repair on the covers. HP completed the job that week, and I wanted to get the project completed before the snow. Under old business tonight, I will request a motion to confirm this project, which cost $6,000. On Thursday, November 19th, I attended the Overta board meeting at the City of McMechan's mayor office. There was low attendance because of the COVID-19 virus. On Tuesday, November 24, Aiden Zombrowski started his first day of his new assignment as sergeant with the Village of Bethlehem Police Department. On Wednesday, December 2nd, we had a water line break on Sugar Lane in the afternoon. When our street crew first arrived on scene, they attempted to shut the water valve off that was near the water tank. The valve broke, and we obtained help from HP Excavating to replace the valve while our crew worked on the break on this 4-inch water line. The crew cleared out at approximately 6 p.m. that day. At approximately 8 p.m., I received a call that there was another water line break there. The same crew returned to the scene. The second break was repaired, and now we are wondering when and where the next one will occur. I am not in favor of spending time and material on a project that is in the process of being replaced. In the meantime, I started doing some homework on the replacement of the Sugar Lane water line with the following specs: approximately 500 feet of 6-inch PVC water line, 2 new fire hydrants, and 1 6-inch T. I have contacted our engineer Jack Tush and our street manager Ben Gilbert, our accountant Jamie Shaw, and the proposed contractor Kenny Wharton. HP Excavating would provide the labor and installation at the estimated cost of $25,000 to $30,000 and pick up the material required with the village paying for the same. This project would be closely monitored by all involved. Projected construction time would be approximately 3 weeks and based on weather conditions. On Tuesday, December 8th and Wednesday, December 9th, I started contacting all council members for a straw vote about said project so we can start planning and to schedule the construction and to get the job completed before the real cold weather set in. I'm having Ben Gilbert show council members the current condition of the 4-inch water line. Ben is actually not attending the meeting tonight, but he did provide a sample of the 4-inch water line, and it's sitting back by the filing room, so if anyone would like to take a look at that after the meeting, they're more than welcome to. Results of my telephone survey was unanimous. However, one member stated he was in favor but would like to do this project in the spring of 2021. Now seeing the condition of this pipe sample, I want to correct this problem now. I am pursuing the balance of this project, which involves the right-of-ways through the private properties, to continue this with the 6-inch down to Maple, looping these 2 water lines, which will increase water pressure and continuous flow so we do not have stagnant water, as we do in the 4-inch line currently. And just another update I received before the meeting, I spoke with the mayor. HP Excavating was there today, and they did begin, they were there with the village engineer, and they did begin making cuts at the concrete, so the project is starting underway. On Monday, November 30th, when we experienced the first taste of winter snow, then on Tuesday, December 1st and Wednesday 2nd, our street crew went to split shifts, 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. and 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. to work road maintenance weather control. This schedule works out better on the crew's fatigue as well as removing the snow. On Sunday, December 6th, we had a water break of our 2-inch water line that goes down Bethlehem Boulevard West, across from the entrance to Mount Lebanon Drive. This break was easy to repair with a clamp and not strenuous as the larger lines and locations. This break was discovered around noon and the crew completed same later that afternoon. On Tuesday, December 8th, we had a water line break at 160 Ridgecrest Road, which was reported at approximately 3:45 p.m. We called out the village street crew and had 2 police cruisers, one at each end of the project for safety purposes, which is standard procedure on the Ridgecrest Road. The break was on our 8-inch water line, and this was a deep trench. Our crew and police cleared around midnight. It was cold, windy, and traffic was not as heavy as anticipated. Within the last several months, our street crew has been working on designing and welding our new Christmas lighting projects in between their normal assignments. 3 new designs have been installed in our triangle on Spruce Street, and we have experienced some electrical problems with which we are attempting to correct. The other new prop has been placed next to the bus shelter by the Bethlehem School. On Friday, December 11th, we had the village office along with the street crew's office sprayed down, sanitized, and disinfected for the COVID-19 virus. This service was performed by Dream Clean of Wheeling. In addition to this process, the village office has available spray cans of sanitizers and may apply where needed, coming from in and out of the main door. Also, masking is now mandatory inside the office for police officers, and police officers along have been instructed to wear masks. Our second blast of the winter weather started on Tuesday, December 15th, and Wednesday, December 16th, which happened fast and snowed constantly, and was a wet, heavy snow. It was difficult for our crew to keep up with the plowing, as well as the state of West Virginia is now getting to the hilltop sooner. They had difficulty clearing the heavy, wet snow as well. On Thursday, December 17th, we had a water break on the 6-inch line. We had a water break on the 6-inch line at the beginning of Elm Lane. Late afternoon, our crew finished up, and they finished up late around midnight. Another late day at the office for them. As far as the mayor's report, that is everything I have to report on for the mayor. TC, do you have anything this evening?
I have nothing this evening.
Thank you.
Well, no, I should say that. We're finally going to be able to resume negotiations with Comcast with regard to the cable franchise agreement after a whole 6-week or 8-week lull. I finally was able to reach the representative Comcast, and we're to resume next week.
Okay. Nothing under the police chief's report tonight. Next, we'll hop into committee reports. Is there anything to report under Parks and Recreation?
Nothing.
Roads and Streets?
Nothing.
Water and Sewer?
I had a couple questions about the water line, and I don't expect you to have the answers for them, so I don't want you to think that I'm throwing a bunch of questions at you. Do we not have to bid these projects? This is an open question for council and for TC. To replace a water line, don't we have to bid water line replacements?
It depends upon the situation and where it falls within the water line PFC requirements. So I can't give you a blanket answer right now.
Okay. Was anyone able to ascertain answers as to, they dig the trench and we get a foot of snow? What's the plan? These were all questions I asked when I was called for my vote for the Y. I didn't get any answers to them. Do we know, do we have a plan for, there's a 4-foot trench in the road and we get 8-10 inches of snow like we did last week?
I know that Dawn has been in direct communication with them very frequently. So any information that you're seeking, I'll be more than happy to write down. I can provide that information to him after the meeting.
Awesome.
So if you'd like to get together after the meeting, I'll take your list of questions.
Perfect.
Does that work okay?
That's wonderful.
Perfect. Is there anything else we'd like to report on under Water and Sewer tonight?
No, nothing further.
I got one question on that. Because I got a hold of a couple councilmen, I'm not gonna mention no names, but that's kind of hard. I mean, a straw vote over the phone like that, I'm just not getting the input from everybody. I'm just taking for granted, well, everybody says it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, but like I did talk to Tim about, during the winter, I mean, is this problem that bad that we can't wait till spring? I don't know. But, you know, I never got any input because it was a direct call to me, and the way it sounded, everything was, you know, it's coinciding with everybody wanted to do everything, so.
Right. From the
More I thought about it, after I made a few phone calls, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know. I mean,
From
500 feet, that's not a huge amount, is it?
from the information that I gathered through speaking with council members and speaking to the mayor, and also those who have looked directly at the project, it sounds like to me that the water line is so far gone to where it's kind of it's become a pressing issue more or less, and despite the weather, that's why Ben provided the sample tonight. So I really encourage anyone to look at it back there. It's in a box. I mean, it's closed pretty shut.
And even our engineer said we can do it at this time of the year.
From like I said, from the information I've gathered from speaking with all my resources,
Okay.
there's confidence backed with the project.
Yeah, don't feel like we're peppering you with questions.
No.
I
Oh,
don't
no,
expect
that's-
you to have
I'm
all
just
the
curious.
Yeah,
answers.
no, by no
because-
means.
Yeah.
Did anyone look at the pipe prior to the
I did,
meeting?
yeah, and I can tell you that any pipe in this village that's more than 15 years old looks exactly like that water line. Any one that we replaced from Chestnut to the one we pulled on Evergreen, they all look like that. All of our water lines look like that. You know, I did water breaks for 4 years. They all look just like that one. I just had a bunch of questions for Don when he called, and there weren't any answers, and so I thought I'd bring it up here to see if anybody else had the same questions. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's get together after the meeting
Okay.
and we'll see if we can create some clarity
That'd be
between your
great.
questions and the mayor. Is there anything else under water and sewer tonight? Is there anything under zoning?
No, nothing this evening, Mayor. Treasurer.
And then underneath so segueing out of the committee reports, like I said, Ben did under his report, he wanted to provide that sample of the pipe. So again, if you guys want to take a look at it, that's the only thing Ben had to provide tonight. Hopping into old business, Dawn did want to circle back around, and I would entertain and request a motion to confirm that the project being conducted by HP Excavating to inspect the 8-inch sanitary sewer lines and rims and has been advised to fix, that has been stated, at the project cost of $6,000.
How do they look, Tommy?
They look good.
They look good?
Yeah.
I'll make that motion.
You probably seen them, didn't you, Stat, walking out through there?
Pardon me?
You see them walking out through there? You've been walking on the lane lately?
Yeah,
They look good?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're
nice
low,
job.
the concreted around it.
Mm-hmm, they look real good.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion since I walk that way.
If there be no questions, all those in favor by signifying by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. That's everything that I have under old business. Is there anything else that would like to be brought up before council tonight?
I just got one question under old business. The story on this cruiser, is it definitely the engine's gonna be replaced? I know it's gonna cost more than $1,000, isn't it? Oh.
Is it under warranty?
Should be.
Some of it.
That's
some
what
of it
I'm
should be
wondering,
under
you know
warranty.
what I mean? 'Cause-
Well, and Steve, I think that's where we get down to the question of how exactly did the engine run out of oil? Because if they determine that the engine blew because we pulled the drain plug and didn't put any oil back in, then it's on us. I think the warranty would be invalid. But if it was some
Burning
other
oil.
error,
Or using or burning oil, then.
right, then
You
it
know,
should be covered.
Right, with a motor that low in mileage, so it's one of them,
I believe I asked Don, he told me they did all the oil changes. People sold it to us.
oh, you mean
Well, it's under warranty.
warranty, right, yeah.
So
number of
we
dollars.
don't add, I mean, it shouldn't need added, but it could need.
So it
But
should be under warranty, Mark, is what you're saying?
like I told him, I said, who checks the oil in a new car nowadays unless the light comes on?
Well, yeah,
realistic, you lease a car, or sell a car to even let's not use a woman, I don't wanna say that, but she ain't gonna check her oil maybe. I wouldn't if it was new, unless I had a light come on, or some heating up or whatever. But, I mean, you know, as far as them getting in there every day and checking oil is kinda ridiculous. But, he did tell me they changed the oil, the shop, keep the warranty.
Yeah, we bought it at Thomas's, but we took it to Elm Grove Dodge, and they'll warranty any of their vehicles anywhere across the country.
Right, I believe that's what was done, so.
Right, so if
They
there's a
were-
record of that, that it shows that it was
Yeah.
always done at the Dodge dealership,
Yeah,
and they come up with a plan that, hey, it's our fault, it either burned it, used it, or whatever, that should be covered under warranty, and I guess we're gonna have to wait to find out.
Yeah, that's what I'm, and, when it comes to just the oil, I mean, you could definitely smell it, or you can see it burning oil, I imagine, can't you, with these cars? I mean,
multiple lights that would come on, you know.
yeah, I mean,
Well,
there's-
low pressure, low pressure light be the first light to come on, and here it is, it's right there in the cluster.
Then
instrument
maybe
cluster.
heat, and then maybe, wouldn't run, yeah.
We're just gonna have to wait and see. First, they're gonna provide us with a motor, cause I
Right.
guess there's a shortage of them.
Yeah, it is currently on back order, and I know, like Don stated in his report, he has been following up with them frequently. So I guess what I'll do is I will definitely take note of council's concern, and I made note about any possible outstanding warranties. So I will definitely relay that message to him, and I'm
that's-
sure
That's basically my only question, is it,
if the warranty's being provided. So definitely, I'll make sure he gets that
Oh,
information, Stacky.
okay.
Matt, how about our salt? I know we bought a lot, but that pile doesn't look like it's that big for this time of year. I don't know what we have anywhere else.
I can have Dawn run an inventory for us and report back to us.
Yeah, didn't we, at the last meeting, he talked about getting direct from the buyer, they had a couple truckloads full?
We took it all.
I don't know if those were delivered or not, Mark, I
Right,
don't
right.
remember,
But I turned around back there, I just noticed one side's salt and it's half gone, and the other side's cinder. And there's more
It might be a
cinder.
mix, they may have already mixed that.
They may have mixed it,
Yeah.
but it is only just starting winter technically.
The whole thing, the whole shed can hold about 350 tons. So if half of it's full, you're gonna say what, 175?
Okay, it's more than I
Or maybe
think.
100 tons. It goes a little further than you think.
Okay.
I think the normal order is 100 tons, isn't it? Didn't we get
Yeah.
100 tons last time? So the other half might be a cinder mix. We'll look at it.
Yep, we'll get an inventory and we'll circle back around to that, especially with the 2 snowstorms we had. I'm sure we were starting to go through it. Is there anything else under old business? If there's nothing else under old business, we'll move into new business. And I am just going to go ahead and start at the top of some things that we need to have approved. Entertain a motion to pay the December 2020 list of bills as presented.
So moved.
Second.
If there be no questions, all those signify by saying aye. Motion carried. Next, I would entertain a motion to approve the November 30th, 2020 financial statement as presented and file them for audit.
So moved.
Second.
If there be no questions, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next thing on my agenda under new business is I would entertain and I would like to make a motion to verify the vote for the Sugar Lane Waterline project with the projected labor cost that Dawn presented to all council people over the phone at $25,000 to $30,000, with HB Excavating providing the labor and installation. The material cost of the project is projected at $15,000, and expecting total project amount to be between $40,000 and $45,000, with the expectation of close monitoring to this budget and the progress that is being attained.
So moved.
I'll second it.
If there be no questions, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Does anyone have any other new business they'd like to bring before council tonight? there be no other new business, I know that Councilman Bishop mentioned that there was someone on the phone line for tonight's meeting. With that aside, I know there are no citizens present wishing to be heard. So just to wrap things up, on behalf of the Village of Bethlehem, we would like to wish everyone happy holidays and a happy new year. With that being said, I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second.
All those in favor by signifying by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.